What are these lawyers up to now? A blind man in Louisiana is suing McDonald's because he says their drive-through policy is discriminatory to people who are blind. He claims it violates the Americans with Disabilities Act. Attorney Emily Campagno, a favorite lawyer of ours, is with us today. Tell me how this gentleman has a case.
All right. The ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, specifically states that all businesses, all public businesses, so this includes restaurants, they have to make reasonable modifications to ensure that the nature of their goods and services is accessible to individuals with disabilities. And the only caveat is if it fundamentally alters the nature of the goods and services. So let's look at him. He's talking about only in the 24-hour sector, so late at night when only the drive-thru is open. He's saying, I have no other way to have access to your goods and services. And McDonald's is saying, well, we're only going to serve food to those in cars, so that there is that discriminatory element because it prevents him from access.
So what he wants, although of course he can't drive, what he wants is a phone available for people with a handicap so that they can phone in their drive-through order. That's what he wants. That's the accommodation that he wants. Is that correct?
Correct. He has suggested a few different accommodations, but remember, it's up to McDonald's to provide that actual accommodation. So it can be a simple policy change. They can simply say, okay, we will give access to those with disabilities through the drive-thru. They don't have to undertake a multi-billion-dollar renovation. But again, ultimately, it's up to them to create the accommodation, not to his suggestions. And remember, his brother actually filed suit last year in Louisiana against Coca-Cola, arguing that, look, vending machines should be accessible to the blind as well. So I do see that he has these points where, frankly, these aren't accessible to him.
He could win. He could win this case. Strange as it seems, he could win. Emily, thank you very much for joining us. You always do your homework, and we just love that. Thank you very much. Emily Campagno. You can represent me if I'm ever in serious trouble. All right, anti-Trump protests get violent in